Hi, Erik Linask with TMC. We're here at Cloud Expo in New York. I'm speaking this morning with Brendan O'Brien from Aria Systems. Brendan, good morning. Thanks for joining me.
Hello, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Thrilled to be here.
So what are you seeing? I'm hearing an awful lot about growing adoption of cloud, a lot about hybrid cloud. What are you hearing out there?
Well, what we're hearing, first of all, is obviously we all know about the traction that cloud has, but the cloud very particularly is adopting the channel selling strategy very aggressively. Aria saw this trend about 3 years ago, and what we decided to do was to take our native cloud-based billing and entitlement management system, the first in the world, and to actually look at re-engineering it or adding engineering layers that enabled the channel more effectively. So what we've done is we've taken the traditional two-tiered biller-billee relationship and we've stacked it N levels. So if you sell in a channel-based model, which obviously a lot of the people here exhibiting do, you can do so in a hierarchical way, meaning I can bill my channel partners for what they consume of my core service and give them a turnkey billing system that they can then in turn use to bill their end users and so on and so forth down the stack. It's all one unified stack, it's all pre-integrated, so it eliminates the time to market for your channels to get up and running. It's great for a channel partner to say, I want to sell your core service, but for them to take 14 months to stand up and adopt and integrate a billing system after that is a huge impediment to everybody's success. This gives you a turnkey option for being able to get them up and running really, really quickly, as well as a differentiator. If I want to sell your service in a channel model, how do I differentiate you from the competitors that offer the same core service? Well, being able to offer them a turnkey billing system that gets them up and running really, really quickly is a critical differentiator.
Is the lack of an effective billing and subscription mechanism in the cloud, has that inhibited cloud adoption and moving cloud into a channel model?
Oh, I think historically it has, absolutely, because you have to remember that billing is not ever just billing. We call ourselves a subscription management platform deliberately because billing is tightly integrated, especially to entitlement management. If somebody doesn't pay for the service that you've given them, look, the cloud's all about efficiencies and economies of scale. If you give away stuff for free, or you don't give somebody access to the service that they provided you pretty much immediately, those efficiencies and economies of scale are lost. So you need to have a system that stays active, that keeps your customers entitled and able to access the services that they've paid for, and turns them off when they don't pay, and does so pretty much immediately. So having a platform that integrates that with the billing tasks is critical to success and agility.
Are there differences in terms of how the billing platform has to behave with regards to channel partners versus direct customers?
Well, yeah, there are absolutely differences. I mean, with channel partners, if you're my channel, I probably don't necessarily care from a billing perspective what the names and addresses of your end users are, but I got to know that I can bill you at least in aggregate at wholesale rates for all of what they consume. Now you, the channel partner, absolutely need to know everything, down to the cell phone number and maybe social security number of the people that are using those services, and you should have that level of visibility. So there are definitely differences. And plus, each channel is going to be able to build their own product catalog their own way. You don't know necessarily how your channels are going to price the things that you're selling to them wholesale. You don't know what value-added services they're going to tack on to those core services. You need to give them the flexibility to build out those end consumer product catalogs the way they see fit, and still be able to build them from a wholesale provider standpoint as you see fit.
Now, do you offer billing platforms for both of those sides?
Yeah, in fact, like I said, it's one stack. So one Aria deployment can satisfy all the needs in that stack going all the way down from top to bottom.
What about security and privacy concerns with regards to either channel partner data or end customer data? Certainly there's a lot of conversation now about what's being done with that data. The NSA is certainly come into focus. Sure,
this has been something that Aria has concerned ourselves with since our inception. We have the highest possible levels of certification for PCI Type 1, SAS 70 Type 2. These are baked in concerns not only to the code line and the stack of the product itself, but to all of our policies and procedures, our hiring practices. We are subject to massive levels of audit and scrutiny. When you hold credit cards at the end of the day and PII, the level of scrutiny can't be any higher. So therefore the level of security that we impose on ourselves is absolutely bank grade.
Should cloud providers or their end users be concerned about what's happening with the data?
They should. And they should have been, frankly, prior to the most recent news. That's bringing it to light, which is great for us because it highlights what's always been a core competency and something we've always tried to address. But it's great for us because now people are actually waking up and realizing, if I hadn't concerned myself with it before, maybe now's the time.
How much does transparency make a difference?
Transparency in what regard?
In terms of ensuring that your customers and their customers know what may or may not be happening with the data.
Oh, sure. Well, it's critical. I mean, obviously, it's one thing to say you're security compliant, but if you don't have the transparency of certification that shows that a third party, that's a trusted third party, has audited you and done so on a regular basis and certified that what you say is true, it's worthless. It's just words, right? So that's always been critical, yes.
Great. Brendan, thanks so much for joining us here this morning.
Sure.
I'm Erik Linask with TMC. Be sure to check out all of our Cloud Expo coverage in the TMC Video Newsroom.